Welcome to this short introduction video where we'll run through the safe systems of work to operate this equipment. If you aren't trained on this equipment or don't have the right tickets to operate it, then please don't. We'll also look at your daily checks, basic maintenance, and reporting of any defects. Don't forget that you are the skilled operator of this equipment, and therefore you are responsible for looking after it and for reporting things if they're not working as they should, especially if it's related to safety. No one will question your reasons for stopping work if it concerns safety, and you should never feel pressured into carrying out any operation if you don't feel it is safe to do so. It takes a moment to double check to avoid a lifetime of regret. This quick presentation is about articulated dump trucks, or simply ADTs. These trucks are workhorses, but their size and power mean we need to be extra vigilant about safety, and you, the professional operator, need to use them responsibly to avoid injuries and damage. Here we'll cover the most important safety guidelines on site. Let's have a quick look at them, but before we do, make sure you're wearing the correct PPE for this site. These first 2 points are perhaps the most important because the responsibility is solely yours, and they begin before you even get into the ADT. Pre-operation checks. Before you climb in, scan the QR code on the door using the asset-tagged Operators app, where you will find your daily checklists, defect reporting, and safety observations, among other useful information. Then, take a full walk around the machine. Check for any obvious damage, fluid leaks, loose parts, or anything unusual. Check your tyres for any splits, cuts, bulges in the side wall, and any protruding objects. Do the tyre pressures look okay? If not, get them properly checked. Check the hydraulic hoses around the articulation point are not trapped or damaged, and that there is no debris or rocks caught that may cause damage. Lastly, ensure your lights and cameras are clean and operational before turning the isolator on and climbing up to the cab and raising the bonnet. Ensure you check engine and transmission oil, coolant, hydraulics, and fuel levels, as well as greasing up all relevant parts if necessary. Once inside the cab, before you start the engine, check your controls for damage or anything that doesn't look right. Check all safety equipment is working, especially the emergency stops, seatbelt and beacons, and that the cab itself is tidy with any kit stowed properly. What about a spill kit? The fire extinguisher? A first aid kit? Are they there? And most importantly, are they in a serviceable condition? If not, report it. Once you're happy with those checks and adjustments, start the engine and run through your diagnostics, gauges, and level indicators before checking that the machine is operating correctly. Don't forget to check the lift cylinders and dump box are working. If you're unsure what daily checks and maintenance tasks are expected, please have a chat with your plant manager, who will certainly be happy to run through them with you. Defect reporting and faults. This is one of the most important parts of being a responsible machine operator, and also one of the main reasons we've created the Operators app, so please use it. Anything that is not working properly, not working at all, or just doesn't feel right, please report it using the app. If, whilst carrying out your daily checks, you find something that needs addressing, just click the Report button, which will take you straight to the Defect and Fault Reporting app. It takes a moment to fill out and is then instantly on the plant manager's task list, who will then assign it to a fitter. You'll then receive an update to let you know the status and when it's been scheduled for. If something occurs during the rest of the day, just open the Operators app, click the Defect and Fault Reporting tab and fill it out as normal. Guys, please remember, this is a presentation on the safe systems of work, so it goes without saying that defects and faults that have or may have an impact on safety must be addressed immediately, and once again, don't ever feel pressured to carry out a task that you either know is unsafe or feel is unsafe. Okay, so these next 3 points are specifically about what work you've been tasked to carry out for the day, or even just the next hour or so. It doesn't matter how long the task may take, you should still apply the same following 3 points. Work plan and awareness. You must be absolutely clear and understand what you are being tasked with and what other work is happening in the areas you'll be driving through. Pay particular attention to overhead services, especially when raising the skip, and only use crossing points with GS6 goalposts set up. Your morning brief by your black hat or supervisor should include these important details. If it doesn't, then ask. Don't assume you'll be doing the same thing as yesterday and that the risks haven't changed due to updated information. Driving and operating. Firstly, seatbelt. No exceptions, guys. And never override the safety features that are designed to keep you safe. It's an instant red card. Speed. Drive at sight limits only when it is safe to, and stick to marked traffic routes. Different terrain, weather and loads will change, and so should your speed. It is the single greatest cause of ADT rollover incidents. Turning. Take wide turns, especially when loaded, and keep your speed down. Make sure you have enough room and plan your maneuver as you approach. Do not make hard turns or brake hard, especially on slopes. You don't need much speed on a downslope turn for a rollover incident, so take them steady. Loading and tipping. You must be on level, stable ground before you load or tip. If you're unsure where the blade operator, excavator, or loading shovel want you to be, stop, get out, and go and ask. Most of the time it's quite obvious. Occasionally it's not, so don't be afraid to ask. When loading, make sure the load is being spread evenly, and pay attention to your load indicator. Don't allow your vehicle to be overloaded. Communication. If the loading or tipping area is congested, tight, or awkward, and you need some help to maneuver, ask for a banksman or spotter. Use clear hand signals or radios and never continue maneuvering if you can't clearly see your spotter. If you have to ask someone to spot or bank you, it doesn't mean you're not up to the job. It actually means you're good at your job and a professional ADT operator. Always use the thumbs up system to confirm you've seen someone. If someone drives or walks into your driving or maneuvering area, stop the vehicle and wait until they have passed. Your ADT cameras are especially important in these situations. Remember, if in any doubt, stop work immediately and speak with your black hat or supervisor. So that's it, guys. I've not told you anything you don't already know, and hopefully already do. This is just to highlight what we expect from our skilled workforce when it comes to a safe system of work for this equipment. Remember, be responsible, be professional, but most of all, be safe.